Hello boils and germs. Today I am talking about the Audiostorm Grand Classic. So this is our flagship high gain distortion that is designed to be really reactive to your playing. So without further ado, let me walk you through it as I play and I'll tell you what all the controls do. So I'm going to start with drive and level on about 9 o'clock because that works to be sort of in, out, even sound. Here's my clean sound. That is from the bridge pickup. And here is a standard all controls at 12 o'clock with the gain and output at 9. So as you can hear, hopefully, that is quite a moderate high gain distortion. There's a certain rock and roll kind of feel to that. And it's very reactive to your guitar's volume control. So I'm going to use that now to show what I mean. So you see you've got a lot of control, unlike most distortions that are very clipping heavy and they're just on, off. This one's got a lot going on. So let's turn the gain up even further. Now with these high gain pickups, gain at 12 is kind of getting near max. The gain has a wide range because obviously we want to be able to get high gain from low output pickups. So normally I wouldn't go much higher with a guitar like this. It's just going to sound, well, I mean, I can do it, but it's just going to sound noisy. As you can see, both those settings were pretty similar. Here we go, in a highest gain setting for these pickups. As you can hear, that's pretty good, I think. And again, even there, that dial that cleans up well. A little harder to clean up, but now all the circuitry in this pedal is really unique and different and has been created specifically for this pedal. There's no boring standard tone stacks or anything. So I'll walk through each button, I'll just play as we go. So the first and coolest control is probably the amp control, which I have been told since should have been called voice or character or anything, because it's not really an amp. Hey, done it now, it's 3 letters, it fitted. And what this does is it changes the harmonic structure of the clipping section. As we dial towards the L84, it gets more mid-range and honk. As we dial towards the 6L6, it gets fatter, warmer, and more doomy. So let's do that. So as you can hear there on all the settings, it retains the top end and the clarity. We're not filtering out any frequencies. We're just changing the harmonic structure of how things are clipped, which is really cool. So you can do an immense amount with that control. It's a whole new circuit we've come up with specifically for this, so expect it to be copied by everyone and then they're going to claim it's their own. But it's not, it's ours. Anyway, onwards. So our mids control, this is a sort of classic active mids with a really nicely dialed in range. We've got a lot of usable range there. We've also got the low mids control, which changes its frequency. So again, everything I'm doing on here, I'm focusing on drama so that you guys can really hear what's happening to the maximum. I imagine if you guys are using it, you'd probably be more subtle and tune it in. But I'm not going to do that. So it's a very peaky boost. So as you can hear there, when you hit the low mids, it does the exact sense. It shifts the frequency of the mid-range control right down. Makes it really cool. And scooping, same direction. So it's scoop it and low scoop. Makes it kind of sound like a radio, doesn't it? A radio sound. So again, I'm being extreme on purpose. You guys can be much more subtle. So now on to the next button. We'll work this way. Growl. This just adds fatness. Because, I mean, the thing about guitars is we don't really care about the bass end that much. So why do we always put treble and bass controls on these? We do it because we're copying that really simple backsandal kind of circuit out of hi-fis. We're not hi-fis with guitars. We've got bass guitarists doing the bass. We don't really need it. So I thought, why waste real estate on a bass control that you're just going to set somewhere, that's fine. You know, but I do want a bass button, because when you're jamming at home without a bassist, let's have some bass to fill in the warmth. That was the idea. Woo! I've lost my pick. Come back, pick. So here we go. Off. On. Really cool. I think really cool. It's just enough to feel groovy without being ridiculous. Now, and the crunch control here, this is probably my favorite. This is a wideband mid-range boost around 3 or 4 dB, designed to pick out the frequencies of your guitar that need to cut through live. So again, I've got this idea, there's a very big difference between home jamming, where we're probably going to want growl fatness, and live, where we're going to do the opposite and have the crunch. So I think you can hear there how it's cutting through. It really cuts through and gets that. When we turn it off, it kind of goes back to bedroom. Finally, we've got the high control. And this is again a tailored active control that's designed to boost the really interesting frequencies on your guitar that we want at the high end without boosting the strident, harsh and annoying ones. Again, back to those classic 2-bands, they boost everything above a certain frequency just without care. It's just like all the brights, which is why they hiss. And this one doesn't hiss so much. Right, so there's a bit of hum coming because this is a 1960s vintage Selmer. It does have a little bit of hum. But listen to how little it increases as I turn this all the way. Nothing, mid-range, no boost, full boost. You know, because again, we're boosting the frequencies of interest. So let's do that. And of course, cuts too. Groove a little with this. Let's try and pick some sounds out. And I can't remember the demo sounds. We're going to do those in different videos, but for now, let's have some. Let's go for Doom. All the ground, bit of scoop. Take out a bit of treble, lots of gain. This should be quite doomy, I think, hopefully. Yeah. It's not a neck pickle. How about, like, let's go for a, so we can do a scoopy Metallica kind of sound. So, a little bit of fat, quite a bit of treble, bit of scoop, growl, let's see if we can get a bit more rock and roll. So let's lose the growl, lose the low mids, bit of treble. We'll move over to the EL84 here. Bit of honk. Bit of live crunch. Right, let's not have the live crunch, let's have a low mids boost. Let's try that, a little bit less gain maybe. We'll just roll it back on the guitar. Almost cocked wire there. Some black metal. We can do black metal on this. So we've got a mid, so the L34 black metal, all the treble, bit of a scoop. We don't want any growl. We don't want crunch because we don't want mids. We definitely want loads of gain. We definitely want that pickup there. Let's go for this. That's pretty cool. I like that. You know, and you get the idea. There's an incredible amount of versatility in this pedal. We can go from doomy metal sounds with loads of fatness through to bright, edgy sounds, and it's all down to the careful selection of the fine tuning that's gone into these active EQs and these custom circuits. Right, one more feature, the MDK port. Now, as standard, this pedal does not come with an MDK module, a Mandrake module plugged into it. So that port doesn't do anything out of the box. It's just there with this extra facility so that if you want to fit that module, you can have a expression pedal. Let's see if we can zoom out. Okay, I'm just going to move this stand rather than mess around. There we go, so it'll be a little bit off, but it'll be fine. This is a standard expression pedal modified to have an extra foot switch. So this detects current flow, so this is an extra on-off. So this is very clever, this feature. So let's get back to our neutral sound again. A little bit of scoop, I think. Slight scoop sound, be more fun. Okay. So what happens with this one is I fitted a low-pass filter, a Moogy module into it. And now it's got a Moogy module, this has been enabled. And in normal use, the pedal's exactly the same, it's straight through. But when we click this button on our expression, or if you have a normal expression, it'll just be on all the time, it'll activate that effect. And that effect could be anything from our range of plug-in modules. As I said, at the moment, we've just got the Moogy, which is a low-pass filter wire like the synth guys use. And this is really cool. So, very little effect when I turn it on. We've got a little bit of hiss because this is a vintage kind of effect. I think that's pretty cool. Oh. A little bit of resonance there. So as I said, this particular model is very vintage. It is a diode ladder. It's super cool. You can modify the range with the pedal. There's a little control on the side. Let's just do that. You can hear the hiss changing as the range changes. So if you don't want to go as high, there we go. And we turn it off. So yeah, that's really that. That's the whole introduction to the Grand Classic. Thank you for watching that video. I'm going to make some shorter videos with just sound clips on them, so we can listen to each of the presets in the manual. Yeah, I hope that was fun and exciting. I'm just going to go back to playing.